All right, man. We on our Cam Thomas situation. So, it was a report that came out of there, and I'll talk about all three players. Is that Cam Thomas, Jonathan Kuminga, and Josh Giddey are all seeking $30 million. Now, I did the video talking about Cam Thomas didn't want to take the $14 million from the Brooklyn Nets for 2 years. I seen Jeff Teague on the 520 podcast. I love what they doing over there. Shout out to Indiana, Midwest Love. And said he made a mistake, and he did make a mistake. He played 25 games last year and was out the rest of the season with either a hamstring or a calf, right? You know, but you got Detroit Pistons talk players, thumbs up the video, share, subscribe to the channel. Now, I'm going to be like, I don't blame all three of them because, it was players out here getting 20, 25, $30 million, never made an all NBA, not never team, been bench warmers. They throwing so much money out in the NBA to players that ain't never made an all never team or all wish I could have been team or I wish I could fly. I believe I can fly team. They ain't made shit. And they handing out, $30 million, 25 to him, 45 to him, 50 to him. You know what I'm saying? So I get them. They like, they giving these bum ass motherfuckers, excuse my language, 25, 30, 35 million. Hey, I'm at least worth a 30 ball. Cam, like I averaged 20 for 2 seasons. Even though it was 25 games, but he would have averaged 20 in my opinion. They said Getty was balling in Chicago. We ain't forget about him playing on the schoolyard. I ain't letting that go. They swept that under the rug, and we all know why they swept it under the rug. We already know, if he looked like Kobe White or if he looked like, Asar Thompson, he'd be out the league. Let's call it what it is. And Kuminga, I mean, shit, he got a lot of potential, but you ain't produced on the team that was a playoff caliber team, which some people thought had championship hopes. And unfortunately, for him, Steve Kerr, and working in his favor, he don't develop nobody. But, I get it why they believe they worth it because there's a lot of guys they just getting it. But for the most part, the offseason is in the middle of the offseason and y'all ain't got it. So y'all not really worth that. And the Pistons, like, they'd rather hand Jaden Ivey $30 million before they hand it to Cam Thomas for 2, 3, 4, 5 years. They'd rather hand that to Jaden Ivey. Like, why are we going to give it to an unknown variable? At least we see Ivey come in this year and he looked good and he's taking another step. And it's like, rumors are Aiden Hutchinson looked better coming off the injury. They had the same injury. It looked like it was over for them. And I was watching Hudson flow. It ain't over for me. Keep hustling. But it was clean breaks. It wasn't as bad as it looked. So sometimes, things like that happen for you to get to the next level. Sometimes you got to take 20 steps backwards and take 1,000 steps forward and go down like that. But, thinking I'm about to pour up $20 million, $30 million for Cam Thomas is like, and I don't know if you can play team championship caliber basketball. It's crazy. But I mean, like I said, I understand it. But yeah, I don't know the team that's going to dish out the 30 ball. His game right now screams on a championship caliber team or a playoff caliber team. It screams 6 men off the bench. That's what it screams, 6 men off the bench. I can give him the ball and he can go give me 20 points off the bench and close the game. I'm not saying that's a bad role, but until he learns to do the other things, facilitate, defend, rebound, hustle, dive, do the little shit and become a clean basketball player, I think if he fill out his game a little bit more, he's an all-star type of guy. But, like I said, it all depends on the personality. And kind of where he is as a worker. But the talent, like the potential, yeah, 30 million, the potential, but we paying you based on what you done for me lately. What have you done for me lately? You know what I'm saying? That's what we paying you for what you done for me lately. 25 games off an injury, lower lot of injury. I mean, you get 20 points a game, but how many shots and shooting 34, 35% from the three. But in this structure that we got, if we trying to be a winner, can you do it? Can you do it? That's the question. Can you do it? Can you do it? So, but that's the only thing you really asking about. That's what you asking about. But for the most part, only time will tell. Only time will tell. So, but I don't fault them. But you gotta make an all-star team or something. Shit, you know what I mean? Shit, an all-star team. I guess you could say he averaged 20. You could look at Kuminga. He has a lot of potential. You know what I'm saying? He just needs to get consistent playing time, and Steve Kerr just ain't got time to be trying to develop players. So, but yeah, getting 30 here, no. You gotta worry about Duran. You got other guys coming up. I don't see it happening. Man, apparently no place else is offering them 30. So if ain't nobody at least offering them, more than the 14, or at least the 14, Brooklyn's probably like, we got 12 for you now. We got 10 for you now. So, and in the market in which they giving out money, they giving it out. They paying guys extremely well. Extremely well. Extremely well. So, we'll see, man. We'll see. But, yeah, let's see how it play out. Maybe they still let them keep the 14, do the 14 for 2, prove itself, and get the 30, get the 40. I hope they get their bread. You know what I'm saying? Everybody but Josh Giddey, but I hope they get, Kuminga and Cam get their bread. So yeah, they get their bread, but like I said, you are what you are. Sometimes you cannot be worth that in the NBA. You cannot be worth it in the NBA, and still get it. That's the crazy shit about it. So that's why they feel entitled to that amount of cash. So, but hey, it is what it is. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. That subscribe button is the bell icon button. Check out Detroit Pistons Talk playlist. Hit the bell icon button. Find me on X, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal. Everywhere I'm producing content at. Peace.